Today on Rappler. The Public Works Department and the Ombudsman are investigating links between a firm owned by Senator Bong Go's family and the Discayas. The Escuderos are linked to 2 billion peso construction company Octagon, whose project spiked in 2024 under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Approval ratings of the Senate and House Representatives drop amid the flood control mess. The National Irrigation Administration denies allegations of a ghost project in Lanao, but Nairo Antatico's photos say otherwise. And the removal of ICC Prosecutor Karim Khan has no impact on former President Rodrigo Duterte's case at The Hague. Public Works and Highways Secretary Vince Dizon says the agency, along with the Office of the Ombudsman, is investigating the links between CLTG builders and controversial contractors Curly and Sara Discaya.
Today, umpisa na namin ang pag-iimbestiga sa CLTG Corporation at yung links nito sa Discaya Company simula 2016.
CLTG Builders is owned by Senator Bong Go's father, Desiderio Go. CLTG are the initials of Go's complete name, Christopher Lawrence Tesoro Go. Rappler earlier reported that CLTG Builders entered a joint venture with St. Gerard Construction and bagged 5 infrastructure projects in the Davao region. The projects amount to over 816 million pesos. St. Gerard is owned by Curly Discaya. However, Senator Go denies intervening in his family's business. He tells Rappler, quote, "I have nothing to do with their business. You should ask them, not me." The Escuderos are linked to construction company Octagon Concrete Solutions, a company that's now worth 2 billion pesos propelled by projects in 2024 under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. From 2016 to 2025, under former President Rodrigo Duterte and Marcos, Octagon's DPWH contracts, including its joint ventures, reached a total amount of 6.45 billion pesos. 43% of that amount, or 2.8 billion pesos, were won from 2023 to 2025. Their major project in 2024 was the 964.8 million peso Phase 3 of the Tacloban Airport Terminal in the hometown of late 1st District Representative Martin Romualdez, the president's cousin and former speaker who has become Chiz Escudero's foe. Escudero claims allegations against him are part of Romualdez's plan to divert the issue. Octagon Concrete Solutions is partly owned by Joseph John Quirante, the husband of Sorsogon 1st District Representative Det Escudero, the younger sister of Senator Chiz Escudero. Quirante is the chief financial officer of Octagon and owns 5% or 50 million pesos worth of shares in the company. Octagon's president is Milton S. Ngu, the brother of Maynard S. Ngu. Maynard has been accused of being Escudero's bagman for DPWH projects. Escudero has since denied the allegations. Approval ratings for both chambers of Congress dropped by double digits. This as some lawmakers are implicated in alleged corruption involving infrastructure projects. In a survey by Pulse Asia in late September, the Senate's approval rating went down to 42% from 53% in June, while the House of Representatives rating dropped even more from 47% to 30%. The nationwide survey was conducted from September 27 to 30 among 1,200 respondents through face-to-face interviews. During this time, both the Senate and the House were discussing the proposed 2026 national budget. Before this, some lawmakers were accused of getting kickbacks from suspicious flood control projects during congressional investigations. In September, both chambers underwent changes in leadership after former Senate President Chiz Escudero and ex-House Speaker Martin Romualdez were linked to questionable budget insertions and other issues. National Irrigation Administration Administrator Eduardo Guillen rejects the claims of murdered whistleblower Nairo Antatico. Antatico, a former legal researcher at the NIA, accused the regional office of signing off on a 75 million peso ghost project in Maging, Lanao del Sur. He posted on Facebook the photos, documents, and accusations that the regional office approved and paid for a questionable project. Days later, he was gunned down in Cagayan de Oro City. In a DZBB interview, Guillen said his office received Antatico's complaint, but validation showed the project is existing and functional. He adds the structure was an irrigational canal, not a farm-to-market road, which he said is under the Department of Agriculture. The photos Antatico shared showing cracked concrete, silty channels, and irrigation canals that stop halfway told a different story than what Gillian claimed. Nia says in a statement the photos of Maging irrigation project are outdated and don't reflect its current state. The International Criminal Court says the removal of Prosecutor Karine Khan from the case against former President Rodrigo Duterte has no impact on the case itself.
This disqualification from this case does not have an impact on the case itself, so it does not have an impact on the case against Mr. Rodrigo Duterte. The activities of the Office of the Prosecutor in relation to the investigation related to the situation in the Philippines continues to be led by the Deputy Prosecutor, Mr. Niang.
The decision to disqualify Khan is due to quote a number of factors that may give rise to an objectively reasonable appearance of bias. According to the ICC's rules, a prosecutor is prohibited from participating in matters where his impartiality might be reasonably put into doubt. Back in 2018, Khan assisted war on drugs victims while serving as a private lawyer, thus casting doubts on his impartiality in performing his duties as prosecutor. Khan has been on leave since May following an ongoing inquiry by the United Nations into his alleged sexual misconduct. Deputy Prosecutor Mamanjay Yang has been in charge of the Duterte case since then. And that's today's wrap. I'm Julian Cirineo. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. Follow us on Rappler's YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok.